They did a couple that was just like putting different kinds of dildos in their asses. Different things in their asses.
Huh.
They put a firework in Steve-O's ass. They put a gold dildo. I think Bam just put a dildo in his ass.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. So no ass stuff. The car, of course, Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
Putting a car in his ass.
I've seen Jackass. I'm familiar with all this stuff. You're not...
Well, I'm trying to figure out what else could we do.
What else could Jackass do?
Yeah, as our jobs, right? Ooh, how about this? If one of them is uncircumcised, you put a couple of slices of ham under their foreskin.
I like that show, like What Would You Do? That's like woke Jackass.
Really? There is a woke Jackass?
Yeah, it's on like NBC Primetime. The guy that hosts it is like some fake race.
Oh, that guy who looks like an Indian, but he's just Latino?
Yeah, it's like Jeffrey Quinoa or something.
Yeah.
That guy. Mm-hmm. They're like, and I'm sure I've talked about this on the show before.
I don't know if you have.
Well, yeah, it's always like, we sent a racist into a restaurant to not tip his black waitress. But what would happen if he was also retarded? And then they just like record strangers being like, should we confront this retarded man for being racist?
That's good, man. Yeah. That's actually good. That sounds like a good show.
This is, I know it gets into conspiracy theory territory, but I truly believe that the Trayvon Martin incident was a botched episode of What Would You Do? I think
interesting.
The camera crew was there. They set up George Zimmerman to see what he would do. If a kid
and they just were not prepared.
Yeah. They're like, get the shit. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
You don't know us, George? You've never seen us?
Yeah. We sent a Subway Jared lookalike into Subway to have sex with a child in front of everyone to see what they would do.
Don't worry, it's a fake. It's a prosthetic penis I'm using to fuck this child.
We set up a dog fight in the middle of a black church. And then brought a white Christian field trip in there and told them they were going to go see Black Panther.
That's good.
Like, what would you do? Hires Jackass right?
We sent a racist to put a race car in his ass.
We sent a midget. To staple his balls to the bulletin board at the community center.
But get this, he Sharpied the N-word on his balls.
We had a waiter with Down syndrome, and then we had a rodeo clown not tip him. But what would happen if he tipped him with candy? Coming up next on What Would You Do? MTV2. MTV2's What Would You Do?
That's a good show, man. I'm in there. I'm into that show.
I'd fuck with it.
Fuck, dude. It's hard for me to podcast because I'm worried I'm going to die now.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm in a bad mood, too. I don't want my friends to die.
What if I die?
Not because I'll miss them or I feel bad for them, but because it's a reminder of my own mortality.
Oh, man, thanks, dude. That means a lot.
That's the only way to process other people's deaths.
By remembering you're also going to die?
Yeah, you make it about you.
Yeah, it does feel like you probably will survive because you deserve it the least, you know?
That's true.
You have the least love in your heart, so...
Yeah, it sucks, though. I'm insecure about it.
About having no emotions?
Yeah. It does suck. When you realize, like, oh, yeah, I am just sort of an angry robot.
You could go to therapy, man. I keep pitching this to you.
And then I go out and I see people, like, being friends with each other and listening to each other while they're speaking. It's rough, man. I'll be honest. Like, I wish I was one of those guys. But then I'll start talking to somebody, and they're like, oh. And then we were supposed to go to the laundromat, but it was already closed. But it was 3 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm out of here.
Right. No, that is true. The trick is finding someone that doesn't have little dick-ass, bitch-ass stories.
I guess. I just want to trick people into thinking that I have...
empathy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
You'll get there, dude. You'll find the program to do it. I believe in you, dude.
Yeah. Maybe I should just move to Los Angeles where everyone's like me.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe that's why you hated it so much.
Right, because
you saw what you really were. Yeah.
I mean, that's partially true. I would talk to my landlady, and like we would just both be waiting for our turn to speak. And be like, man, everyone here sucks because they're just mean.
But they're also sexier than me.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. I was sexier than her.
Were you? But in L.A., you weren't
to
the
compare.
sexiest.
I don't think L.A. is a particularly hot place. I know that seems like a wild take. Nah.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't say so.
You wouldn't fuck the average person in L.A.?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a huge city. I think
That's true.
I think Manhattan has probably the most attractive women.
You're probably right about that.
Yeah, you walk around.
Because
there's women that are wearing like $900 Velcro shoes with no brand name on them.
Oh, yeah.
You know those?
I do know those.
They dress like, they look like fake clothes made for a movie.
Yeah.
And all those clothes cost.
But all the leather's like from a fucking, like a very rare type of baby cow or some shit.
Yeah.
And it costs so much fucking money.
Yeah.
And it's soft as shit. That's the thing, that shitty clothes,
What would you do if a retarded person walked into Subway wearing those clothes? Would you steal the clothes from him? I'm Abuelita Quinoa. You're watching What Would You Do?
No, why would that even be a thing we would do? Look, sorry, this show's been on for 9 seasons.
We've been doing this for 18 years.
Yeah, you're right. That is sort of fucked up because, like, look, man, you're just at Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to have a nice time.
It's like To Catch a Predator. They run out of they finally catch all the pedophiles, and they're like, they just get into we pretended to be a woman that was 45 pounds lighter than she is on the internet to lure men in here. Then the guys show up, and then it's like we sent out the real woman. Hey! The guy's like, what?
And they just tackle him. A bunch of fat bitches tackle him on the way out. She's so beautiful. You didn't even get to know her.
To catch a guy living in 2007 in his head. To catch a guy who didn't get the memo.
Oh, man. Ah, fuck, dude. Jeez, yeah, I just keep... Nah, but it's cool. I'll have a good-ass funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. At White Castle.
It'll be so much sadder.
Little sliders for everybody.
Because a fat guy, I'll die soon. Yeah, exactly.
Case.
Nah, I want everyone to have all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue at my funeral, man. Yeah. Pass the bulgogi. Yeah. Pass the dumplings around.
Yeah, it would suck if you died, dude.
Nah, I probably won't.